Okay, let's unpack this. We are all, I think, feeling a bit drowned.
Drowned is a good word for it.
Yeah, in this modern world, you've got the information explosion, this crushing competition.
Oh, the involuted competition, as the source calls it.
Exactly. And just anxiety about everything we can't control. All those little irritating things the author calls the toads of life.
He has such a way with words.
He really does. So our mission today is pretty simple. We're diving into a philosophy that offers, well, a profound shortcut to inner peace.
And it claims that the freedom we're all looking for, it's not external.
No.
It's entirely internal.
And this is all based on a really unique book. It's about healing unhappiness. But it's not, some dry philosophy text.
Not at all. It's full of humor, puns, and these deeply personal stories. Like he talks about this big career setback he had when he was just 19.
Right. And he says his goal is to relate to you like one cloud accompanying another cloud.
It's a beautiful image. It's not about lecturing you. It's about walking with you.
I love that. And the core message is so powerful. It's this idea that we already have the answers we need.
We do. We just haven't realized we know them yet.
And that shift in perspective, that's everything. It's the whole idea that the world isn't awakened when the sun rises.
But that the sun rises when we awaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we awaken. So how do we do that? How do we achieve that internal awakening?
That's the million-dollar question. And the book's answer is that it requires establishing an internal order, a system that chaos just can't touch.
And that order is the big idea we're exploring today, right?
It is. It's called self-congruence, or Zika. And it's the framework for handling all those modern stressors we mentioned.
Including, and this one hit me hard, what he calls the 4 layers of worry.
Oh, that was so painfully relatable.
It's just, you're not just anxious about, say, losing your job.
No, that's layer 1.
Layer 2 is you start worrying about why you're so anxious. Then layer 3, you exaggerate how terrible it would actually be.
And then the final layer, you start worrying about the next time you're going to feel anxious. It's insane.
It's self-inflicted suffering just piled on top of reality.
Exactly. Why inflict 4 times the pain on yourself? Self-congruence is the complete opposite of that. It's about finding an internal simplicity to deal with all that external complexity.
Okay, so let's jump into the core concepts, because the first one, for me, completely turns the whole idea of self-improvement on its head.
It really does.
So the book argues that real happiness, that feeling of ease,
Yeah.
it doesn't come from striving to be perfect or powerful.
Not at all.
Instead, it comes from achieving self-congruence regarding one's incompetence.
It just flips the script, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We are, by design, biologically imperfect. And that's okay.
So the goal isn't to be perfect.
No, the goal, as the author puts it, is to play beautifully, Juan or May, with the cards you were dealt.
Okay, but hold on a second. If I'm supposed to accept my incompetence, isn't there a risk that I just become, lazy? That I just give up?
That's the key question, and it's a critical distinction.
Where's the line between acceptance and just resignation?
The book isn't about resignation. It's about utilization. It's encouraging you to radically reframe those traits you've always hated about yourself.
Okay, how so?
Well, think about it. Your so-called cowardice. It probably saved you from some really reckless decisions, right?
That's true. A few bad investments, maybe.
And your laziness, that probably forced you to find easier, more efficient shortcuts. That's the very foundation of innovation.
So my flaws aren't bugs. They're features. They're my own unique navigation system.
Exactly. And the wisdom here is that human thought is amazing because even when we mess up, we can always find a way to look back and make it feel more correct.
Like saying losing that money was actually a good thing. It prevented some worse disaster.
Precisely. The resilient mind finds an interpretation that turns a negative into a positive, and that positive reaction can become a habit.
And that leads us to the next core idea, which is a very practical technique for doing just that.
Yes, the cognitive hack for all those small daily frustrations.
The just right mindset, or Zignu.
This is such a fast, immediate reframing tool. Whenever something frustrating happens, you use that phrase.
You declare that this negative thing is actually perfectly timed.
Exactly. It's perfectly timed for an opportunity you were overlooking.
So, okay, I'm stuck in a traffic jam. Instead of cursing, I say,
just right. I can finally listen to that long podcast I saved. Or I can appreciate that bizarre billboard I usually just speed past.
What about insomnia? I get that a lot.
Just right. Now I have some quiet time to finally read that book without feeling guilty that I should be doing something else.
I really like that one. My favorite, though, was the defense against criticism.
Oh, that one, brilliant.
If your boss scolds you or someone criticizes you unfairly,
You just think, just right, I'll treat the scolding like Romanian.
if I don't understand it, why should I care?
It's hilarious, but it's also so profound. External negativity only has the power you give it. If you refuse to internalize it, it can't harm you.
I really needed to hear that last week. I spent, I'm not kidding, 2 days stressing over one vaguely worded email.
Oh, we've all been there. That's a perfect example of what the book calls internal consumption, or nehao.
And that really is the biggest destroyer of peace, isn't it?
It is. That internal noise, that constant chewing on the past or worrying about the future, it all stems from trying to control things you just can't control.
So what's the solution?
The book offers a really powerful, if counterintuitive, method: stopping thinking and deliberate dullness.
Deliberate dullness. That sounds strange.
It does, but the logic is that overthinking the root cause of your pain only makes the suffering worse. It amplifies it.
Right. You use that video game analogy.
Yes, if you're playing a game but your mind is somewhere else, preoccupied with worries.
The game itself starts to feel bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your anxiety contaminates the present moment. So the solution is often just to refuse to engage. Stop the rumination in its tracks.
But you can't just be dull all the time.
No, and that's why you counter it with a proactive focus. Finding amusement. Ziole.
Finding fun. Intentionally.
Intentionally. When you face some humiliation or a defeat, find the humor in it. Or just insert joy into your daily routine.
Like the story of the bus driver.
Yes. The man who decorated his totally mundane bus with plants and art. And he said,
It's not part of my job, but it's part of me.
that's it. Fun should be proactive. It should be a choice.
You know, if we connect all this to the bigger picture, it feels like this whole philosophy is about repairing one key relationship.
The one with yourself.
Absolutely. The one with yourself.
And that repair process requires unconditional self-love. The book is so clear about this. If you only love yourself when you're successful,
You don't love yourself, you just love success.
and when the success goes away, so does the love. Your worth has to be intrinsic. It can't be conditional.
So how do you put that into practice? It sounds great, but it's hard.
It is hard. The author suggests we need to escape what he calls self-coercion, all those "I must be perfect, I must succeed" statements.
He calls it stepping onto the wild child boat.
I love that name. And the change you make is so small, but it's so powerful. Instead of "I must be successful," you shift to something gentler.
I'm actually pretty successful.
Yes, and he says that little tilde at the end, that's the key.
It's the gentleness.
It's the gentleness. It's the shift from a command to a soft, accepting observation.
And that self-compassion is just so vital, especially when you're dealing with comparison. Pam Bingen.
Which is, I think, a chief source of pressure for so many of us today.
For sure. We're constantly comparing our messy real lives to everyone else's curated highlight reel online.
But the alternative the book offers is it's wonderful. It's called joyful acknowledgement.
Suixby.
So when you see someone else succeed,
You genuinely feel happy for them. You practice this kind of shared positivity. And the argument is that by doing so, good fortune will approach you.
it flips envy into a reward.
It completely flips it. And it changes you. It transforms you from a competitor into what the book calls a light giver, or a bridge. Someone who contributes to the whole system, instead of just trying to win within it.
And that's where you find that deeper satisfaction, by overcoming that self-absorption.
So what does this all mean for daily practice? How do we actually make these mental shifts stick in our day-to-day lives?
Okay, let's get into some takeaways.
The single most effective piece of advice I found for anxiety was this: do not be afraid ahead of time.
不要提前害怕. It's so simple.
It is. If something bad might happen next month, and you spend all of this month being anxious, you suffer twice.
Once in your head and then again in reality. Why do that?
Right. Focus the pain you feel now on the growth you can achieve now, not on some hypothetical future problem.
And for anyone who's a chronic procrastinator, there's a great rule in here.
Ah, yes, the most effective form of laziness.
The most effective form of laziness is to concentrate intensely on the necessary, unpleasant tasks you have to do.
Get them done.
Get the inevitable stuff done quickly so you can fully enjoy your real downtime, your actual leisure.
I love that. And finally, to deal with all that external judgment and our own self-doubt, the book suggests creating your own I'm awesome list.
What does that entail?
You list your advantages, the things that can't be taken away from you, your kindness, your resilience, the fact that you're a good friend.
The core of who you are.
Exactly. So when someone judges you, You have this ultimate defense, which is realizing that the person judging you,
Mm.
they're the one with the problem.
They're the ones suffering a loss. They are, as the book says, the blind one who missed my beauty.
That line is so good. It just puts everything in perspective, this whole philosophy of self-congruence. It's not a destination, is it?
No, it's not about achieving perfection. It's a starting point of acceptance.
So what does this all mean? The book suggests that the greatest achievements in life aren't about, conquering the world.
No, not at all.
They're about finding these small moments of peace and connection. There's this one story at the end.
Oh, the grandfather in the hospital.
Yes. He's in pain, but he smiles at his wife, and he tells her, "It doesn't hurt because you are here."
That's it, isn't it? That's the essence of it all.
That's everything. That's real inner peace.
So why are we all chasing some external idea of happiness when happiness itself can be the starting line? If you believe a word or an action can bring you bad luck, you'll be dominated by it. But if you truly believe that you are, just by your nature, an optimistic and fortunate person, then you already have it. You already possess happiness.
What stands out to you?